like to invite the children, anyone who's feeling a little childlike, to come and talk with me for just a minute at the front, and then you're going to help me with something really big and important. And it's not just a birthday thing, we just did that. Although it is birthday, there's a birthday. On Friday, actually, it was Tom Jones' birthday. He's 85. Hard to believe, isn't it? It seems like such a long time ago. 85? Is that a lot? That's a long time ago. Who's 85? Oh, I was actually expecting most of the room. Okay. Who's older than 85? Are you 90? You were there. Awesome. Okay, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. Good for you, though. So you were there. How'd it go? Like that first service of the United Church, how'd that go? Oh, okay. It seems like a long time ago. So let's talk about something more recent. Let's talk about the Stanley Cup. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, that didn't go well last night, did it? No. Yeah, they had a hot goalie. It's not, It's not over yet, though, right? It's just one game, because that's how it works, right? You play a bunch, and then we figure out who's the best from that, because, that's what's important, is competition. Here's a thing. Here's something that happened in an arena, a hockey arena, 90 years ago, in 1925, on June the 10th, in a hockey arena. The first service of the United Church was in a hockey arena. What does that tell you? That everybody likes hockey, yes? That they didn't have enough money to build a church, so they had it in a hockey arena. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. But we did have churches, is the thing. We just didn't have one big enough to hold everybody, and because it was a big deal. It's kind of like the Stanley Cup, kinda, where there was four that got together, right? It's like we had a little tournament, and the 4 teams got together. Except instead of figuring out who is the best by competing with each other, they went, what if we took the best from each and put it together into one thing? What if instead of saying, well, you're better at that, but I'm better than this, so I must be better because I win, right? So, like, you could have the best shooters, for instance, and they could have the best goalie, so who wins? Who's better? The goalie or the team with the best shooters?
It's like an unstoppable force.
It could be either. It could be either, right? But what if you put them together? What if you put them together? And instead of saying, let's compete, let's instead say, let's put all of the good stuff together. And we can, because we have this common ground, right? We have this common ground, which is playing hockey. So let's put everybody together. And that's what they did. They said, we have this common ground. And that common ground is that we all love God, but we're all different. So instead of saying, I'm better than you because I'm different, or I don't want to know about you because you're different, or we don't want to include you because you're different, they said, what if we said, everybody come? And then we said, okay, we like this about you, and that's great, so we can all do that. And we like this about you, so we can all do that. And they shared everything. Wouldn't that be cool? Then we could all win the Stanley Cup.
I think share it with every team that plays.
Well, why not? They're all good. I mean, when you think about it, even the team that won the least number of games, think of how good they'd have to be even just to play at that level. Right? It's like going to the Olympics. You could come dead last at the Olympics, but who cares? You're at the Olympics with the best in the world. So you must be one of the best in the world. Right? But here's the thing. What's so important about that is they did have this common ground, but instead of saying, hey, we're all the same like this, so let's ignore everything else, they went, hey, we're all the same like this, but I really think that we could do something together if I learned how to do this like you, or you learned how to do this like me, or we learned more about each other by doing some stuff together. Wouldn't that be a cool thing? And then we'd create something, we'd literally birth something. It's not an anniversary, really, it's a birthday. We call it the anniversary of Church Union because on June the 10th is when it sort of officially happened, but really, something new came into being. And what was really cool about it that was new was people stopped competing and just went, well, okay, let's learn about that. Let's learn about this. Wouldn't it be cool if we could do that? The thing is, we can. It just, to give birth to churches. Sure, why not? Yeah, why not? Or anything for that matter. Anything for that matter. Instead of competing with somebody to see who's better, what if we shared our skills and tried to build something new? Anywhere, for that matter. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think Jesus would think that was pretty cool. So one of the things that was common ground for them was the table. See, they all saw the communion table as being a place where everybody was welcome because it's the table of Jesus, right? And so this idea of sharing bread and juice, just like Jesus did, his juice was fermented, but sharing in that, just the way they do in that story in the Bible, you know, on the last night, Jesus and the disciples got together, and then Jesus shared with them bread and wine and said, this is how you're going to remember me. And we do. That's what we do when we do that. But the other thing that we do is we say, this is the table of Jesus, which means everyone is welcome. And everyone's equal at the table. Everyone's equal. Which is cool, isn't it? Yeah. So, do you want to help me do that? You want to help me with communion? Okay, so we do this thing where we're going to sing a hymn first, but then we've got a prayer and some things to do, and I'm going to actually say the words that they said in 1925 when they had communion that day, and then we're going to share. We'll have two sort of stations down here on the floor, and you're welcome to come when we get there, and you guys are going to help me share that with everybody, right? Yeah. Awesome. Okay, let's do that. But first, we're going to sing a hymn that is so old, it's more than 90 years old. It actually comes from like the 16th century. Was anybody around then? Anybody? No? No hands, okay. It's very old. But they sang this, it's a version of the 100th Psalm, and they sang this at the service in 1925. So we're going to sing it, and then we're going to do the communion thing, okay? Are you with me? We are one. Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Thanks, guys.